You are loved. Yes, you. You are loved intentionally. You are loved extravagantly by God. Did you know that? And his love for you isn't contingent nor dependent upon your performance, not supporting nor endorsing mediocrity. You are loved irrespective of your performance. You're loved by God. 1 John 4:9 says, "In this the love of God was manifest among us, that God sent his only Son into the world so that we might live through him." In the very next verse, he answers Hathaway's question. Remember Hathaway? What is love? He says, "This is love, not that we loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son to be a propitiation for our sins, to be an atoning sacrifice for our sins, to appease God's wrath. He sent his Son." So God's love for you is found in the performance of Jesus, not you. And you don't want to compare your performance or your righteousness to him. We don't compare. Isaiah 64 verse 6 says that all of our righteousness, all of our good deeds, when compared to the backdrop of God's holiness, is like filthy menstrual rags. Ugh. There's only one of whom it was said, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." His name is Yeshua. His name is Jesus. That's it. Isa, if you're Arabic. There's only one. That was never said of anyone else, because none of us are righteous in God's eyes. Just don't think his love for you is based upon your performance. It's not. Whether you're a good parent, good father, good mother, a successful business owner. If I were to have the privilege of sharing God's love with Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, now I don't know them personally, so I don't know how they would take it, but they might be tempted to think that because they're so loved for what they do on the pitch, they might be tempted to think that God's love is also like human love, fickle, that he loves them for how good. No, that's man's love. Man gets a kick out of that. Saw what I did there? That's man's love. Our love is fleeting. I was watching Pittsburgh Steelers game last night where Ben is said to have played his last home game, and the crowd, the fans in the stands did not want to go home. They were just lavishing him with their admiration and appreciation for 18 years of unforgettable memories as a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. Of the 18 years, 16 of them they went to the playoffs. They had 2 Super Bowls. Pardon the background construction noise, guys. That wasn't real love like Mary J looked for. That wasn't real love. That was just fickle admiration because he did something for them. Had he not won 2 Super Bowls with them, had he been like a Mike Glennon from the Giant, no, you wouldn't have that love. The only ones in that stadium that genuinely loved Ben Roethlisberger was his family, his children, his spouse. Better share the point I'm making. I'm going to share with you an illustration using my daughter's artistry. My daughter drew this. Now, compared to a Michelangelo or whatever artist, this may not be that impressive. But I was so impressed with this. And I wouldn't trade the person that did this for a Michelangelo or anyone else. Not because of her performance or how good she draws, but because of her position as my offspring. Her position as my child, my daughter. She's mine. She is loved regardless of her performance. Know that you are loved immensely, extravagantly by God. You didn't love him first, he loved you. And his love for you is found in the person of his Son, Jesus Christ, whom he sent to be an atoning sacrifice for us, so that we might be made right with him, so that we might be made friends, because we were once enemies of God. Those of us that trust in Jesus Christ, those of us who have placed our faith in him and repented of sin and placed all our trust in him, he made us friends of God. He loves you. And his love for you is guaranteed in the life, in the person of Jesus Christ. Go knowing you are loved. Today, whatever it is you're doing, whatever pays the bills, maybe you are a stay-at-home parent, whatever the case is, know that you are loved because of who He is. And that's not contingent nor dependent upon our performance. He simply loves you, and He loves you to death. He proved it in the person of His Son, Jesus Christ. God bless.